Welcome to QLM Business News. And now for today's news stories. UK economy set to accelerate as IMF raises growth forecast. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has revised its growth forecast for the UK, predicting an economic boost of 1.1% for this year, up from its previous estimate of 0.7%. While the forecast still reflects slower growth than in past years, it places the UK in a more favourable position compared to other global economies. Chancellor Rachel Reeves welcomed the IMF's improved outlook, but acknowledged that there is more work to do to sustain economic progress. The positive forecast contrasts with Reeves' recent comments, where she described the economy as being in the worst circumstances since the Second World War, after over a decade of conservative rule. Next week's budget is expected to focus on tackling the country's financial challenges, with Reeves outlining plans to raise £40 billion through a combination of tax increases and spending cuts. The IMF's revised forecast highlights that the global economy has shown resilience, particularly in wealthier nations that have made up for pandemic-related setbacks. While the US continues to lead the G7 with projected growth of 2.8% this year, European economies like Germany remain sluggish, although Spain is expected to see a 2.9% rise. In light of this, the IMF emphasized the importance of maintaining or increasing public investment, especially in areas like digital and public infrastructure, which are seen as critical for boosting productivity and competitiveness. This advice is particularly relevant as the UK government debates whether to reverse plans for reduced public investment, a policy inherited from the Conservatives. Meanwhile, the IMF also raised concerns over the lingering effects of global crises on emerging markets, which continue to struggle with higher inflation and deeper economic scars. Russia's economy, however, has defied sanctions, with its forecast for growth raised to 3.6% for this year, although a sharp slowdown to 1.3% is expected next year, as the war economy begins to take its toll. As geopolitical tensions remain high, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen announced plans for new sanctions targeting those assisting Russia's military efforts, adding further economic pressure on Moscow. This news story is brought to you by QLM Business News, your digital media channel. Visit qlmbusinessnews.com for more business news stories. Also follow us on Facebook, X and YouTube. To help QLM Business News bring you more news stories like this, please like, share and subscribe.